Here we are for another week of Parenting Paused. If you're new to Parenting Paused, I'm Leslie Potter, and each week I spend a little time with you just sharing some of my deeper insights in my parenting journey and in my life journey. I don't see myself as an expert on parenting. I believe that you are the expert of your child. As I say, if you have more than one child, you will know that each child is different. They each have a different regulatory system. They each have different values, different taste. And so it can be quite pressurizing, or you can feel a lot of pressure to parent in a way that addresses everyone's needs. Yes? Well, this week we're going to talk about pressure and where that pressure comes from. I often found my internal pressure was related to something externally, maybe that I had read. Maybe it had to do with a great hope that I had, that I could offer my daughter something that I didn't have. So I read everything I possibly could on conscious parenting, on how to be with a child. And it was so intense. Talking about pressure, the pressure for me began to be about finding my way, because so many of the things that I read, so many of the things that I heard did not sit well with me because they had been done to me as a child. So I knew from an internal experience that a lot of the traditional parenting was not great for me. So why would I want to use that in my parenting with my daughter? And yet I felt a lot of pressure because I started pretty early parenting in a different way. I began to trust deeper and deeper my wisdom. I adopted my daughter as a single mom, so it was just me, just she and I in the house. So I didn't have that pressure within my home, but that pressure was outside. I could feel it, and it would be building, especially when my early Tiplet would show up, because she would behave in certain ways. And of course, my template came up of like, that's not okay. You can't hit, you can't bite, you can't do this. But I started recognizing again, all of these things were based in the pressure for her to be someone that she was not, because actually she did hit and she did bite. And so I realized my pressure was to try to get her to be someone that she was not, so that I could fit in, so that I could look like a good mom, so I could feel comfortable. So when I shifted my focus, and I'm going to support you in doing this week, when I really shifted my focus, instead of telling her what she could not do, to recognizing what she was doing when she was hitting or biting or rolling her eyes as she got older, I released the pressure from the outside, and I started asking myself, okay, what is going on? Why is she not feeling okay in this moment? So that's a question you're going to ask if your kids are doing something that you perceive maybe as misbehavior. Just ask yourself, well, what is going on for them inside that doesn't feel okay in this moment to them? And most likely it's going to be pressure. And that pressure most likely is going to be coming from you. Now, again, all pressure is not bad, right? We need support and challenge in our lives and in our parenting. So some pressure actually supports us. If we have a deadline, there's like a little pressure, and it might support us in getting something done. But we're talking about when the pressure gets too intense, usually instead of moving forward, we get stuck, and we often present that through our behavior, and children will do that. So when that pressure builds up inside of them, often they aren't able to express that to us, but they do express it through their behavior. They might explode, they might bite, they might hit, they might run away, they may do a lot of things through their behavior. And if we ask ourselves, let's go back to that question, what is not okay inside of them in this moment? We will be able to maybe, if we can actually get enough healthy separation to do that, We may be actually able to understand our children's behavior more. We may be able to understand that they are feeling maybe too much pressure. We may be able to back off a little of our pressure to get them in a zone where they can actually move forward. All right, lovies, I hope you have a beautiful week this week. We've got some lovely fall weather in Colorado. It got a little cold for the last 2 days, but now we're back to those beautiful fall days. So I'll be out walking, hanging out in nature, and I hope you can get out there too because it is so beautiful. All right, have a lovely, lovely week. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.